when the Spirit comes on you, or even any of these brothers, or anybody that you're listening, that's out here preaching the gospel amongst our people, to help them to understand who they are, so that they can repent and return right back to the Most High. Okay? Keep going.
And put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth.
He said what? Said it was.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth.
Hey man, he said that the wrath of the Lord is going to come. Hey man, it is what it is. You see? We went through everything else because of what our forefathers had done. The so-called blacks, the so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native Americans, who are scattered amongst the four corners of the earth, who are of that speckled bird, different shades and different colors. But hey, overall, the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we what? We the children of God.
That's right.
We know who we are.
That's right.
You see? Now, you say, what you say? What? You said we all are? But can you prove that according to the Bible? Go to Second Ezra. The one with the answer.
You don't read the Bible.
You know what I'm talking about? 6:54. 6:54. We gonna show you something. We gonna bring something. We gonna show you, because a lot of times people when they come out, they always make it within themselves to be like, yo, we're all God's children. You sure? Oh yeah. All right, I just want to see. Okay, keep on. Go ahead.
Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54.
Read it out.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Now, you hear that, right? He said we all come from Adam, right? Okay, let's go further.
And the people also who thou hast chosen.
So you gotta, everybody comes from Adam, right? And not only that, everybody comes from Adam, but he got a chosen people. Who? Muhammad? No, Muhammad. No, Muhammad? No, this is the Bible. This is the Bible. Yeah, we don't deal with Muhammad. We don't deal with that. Because we know at the end of the day, Muhammad is not an Israelite. And at the same time, understanding that he's not an Israelite, the Most High, he's not dealing with him. He wasn't never dealing with him.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord.
So you got a chosen people, and you got everybody else that comes from Adam. Even the chosen people comes from the seed of Adam. But this is the thing though. You got that righteous seed and you got that wicked seed. We gonna see who's of that righteous seed, because the righteous seed gotta be the ones that's chosen, right? Keep going.
Because thou madest the world for our sake.
He made it the world what?
For our sake.
Saying this world was created for our sakes. But it was for whose sakes? The chosen people's sake. Let's see about the other people.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam,
the other people that also comes from Adam,
thou hast said they are nothing.
That they are what?
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 They are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
They are what? They are what?
They are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
Let's lay it clear upon the tables. You can't shake that off. So what can you say about that?
This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33, verse 10.
Bring it out.
And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth.
Adam was what?
Created of earth.
So we all are created from the dust of the ground, and even Adam, he was created. Go ahead.
In much knowledge, the Lord has divided them.
In much what?
Knowledge, the Lord has divided them.
He divided them. He divided them like, oh, you over here, you over here. These are over here. These are chosen ones. These belong to me. We the Lord's inheritance. Go ahead.
And made their ways diverse.
Ooh, made their ways diverse. You see? Keep going.
This is verse 12. Some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself.
Ooh. And you see that, right? Read that one more time.
Some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself.
And he set near himself. Why would the Lord set any and everybody nearer to himself when his presence is holy? So it shows you that the only ones that's able to be into his presence is his chosen. Huh? Who's of that selection? Right. Which are who do you think is his selection?
We all agree. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I know that
Come on, hey man.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8.
Bring it out.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8.
Bring it out.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people.
The Lord's what?
The Lord's portion is his people.
It said the Lord's portion is his people.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Oh. He talking about the so-called blessing.
For the Lord's portion is his people.
The Lord's what?
The Lord's portion is his people.
It said the Lord's portion is his people.
Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Oh. He talking about the so-called blacks, the so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native Americans. And this is proven not only just through history, not just only through archaeology, but it's proven throughout everything. We know who we are, and we are awoke in these last days and understanding that, yo, we are the children of Israel. That's right. We the Israelites. We are God's chosen people. Because you know, like you got, like I said earlier, you got start from Abraham. You got Hebrew Ishmaelites, which are the Arabs, they're Hebrews. Then you got Hebrew Edomites, who are really the so-called whites. You know what I'm saying? They're Hebrews too. But then you got all praises. All praises. You see? So when you look at this, right? Overall, you got the Hebrew Israelites. But his chosen seed, the chosen seed who was selected to rule over the face of the earth and to be above all people that's on the face of the earth. Why? Because we're going to bring forth what is of the righteousness of the Most High. Because the so-called white man, the so-called Arab man, all of these other nations who don't know the judgments of the Most High, they can't run this world. Matter of fact, you got the animals mourning, you got their people mourning, even their own people are sad and mourning. How you got, matter of fact, just take it back. You even see inside the 70s or the 60s, a so-called white man walking around being strung out or anything like that. I wasn't seeing none of that stuff. They was all of high stature, chest bucked out, and where our people was walking around with their heads down. You had the what they say, the Latinos and the Mexicans, they can't drink from the same fountain, nor dogs. But look at it like this. You got, now today, the so-called white man, he put dogs over our own people. You got dogs, how you got a poodle with fur on them and then throwing coats on them? And you got our people out here homeless. Makes no sense. You build up all of these things down Frankfurt Avenue, them houses and everything, and who are they putting inside of them? Not our people. You see? They don't spread it out. That code should be coming out this way. Watch this.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
He will yet choose who?
Israel.
Choose who?
Israel.
He will choose Israel. He ain't saying all the other nations. You know? You said it's one God?
No, he had that one code that he had chosen. That's right.
That's right.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and their strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
They're going to cleave to the house of Jacob. But how are they going to cleave to the house of Jacob? We're going to show you how they're going to cleave to the house of Jacob. Because, hey, this is what, do you believe that you reap what you sow? Yeah, yes it is. Hey man, you are absolutely 144% right. Go ahead. Because Hey, this is what, do you believe that you reap what you sow? Yeah, yes it is. Amen. You are absolutely 144% right. Go ahead.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
The people should take them. But what people? It's going to be the Israelites. They're going to take what people? Right. Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
So they said the captives, like us right now. You got the so-called blacks, the so-called Latinos, and the so-called Native Americans. Now the thing is, I don't want to be so judgmental in a sense, but just on a sense like this. What is your nationality?
I'm French Irish.
You Irish? What was your dad?
French Irish. French Irish.
He was Irish?
No, but he had 25% French.
Okay. But I'm saying, because it's about the father's seed line. So you just say you Irish. Okay.
I got a little sliver of French in me, but yeah.
But overall, just breaking it down. It's like this. If you look at you know about basketball in a sense, right? Like you ever heard like Blake Griffin? Okay, cool. You ever see Blake Griffin's son? But if you look at Blake Griffin's son, he looks like he would be so-called white. But like the blonde hair and everything, he looks like he's white. But if you look at Blake Griffin's dad is the same complexion as our brother back here. He's Haitian. He's quote unquote Haitian. Levi. You know what I'm saying?
From the same tribe. From the same tribe.
Hey, no, I skipped over.
Right there.
That's crazy. Yo, Well, the thing is, like inside the book of John 17:17, when he say, I think it's John when he said the spirit bears witness. No, Romans 8:16. Yeah, when he say the spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. So, the thing is, how do you feel about the things that has been done to God's chosen people? Do you feel like it was wrong?
I think life.
Hold on, wait. Did you hear the question? Do you hear the question? What do you think? All right, what do you, if the things that have happened to the Most High God's chosen people, do you have it within yourself as a it was like,
coming to them?
well, everything that had happened to them, I mean, the Most High made known in the scriptures these things were happening to us. But the furthering of the afflictions and the things that were done to God's chosen people, you think that was right?
Somewhat, no, I find that there's a lot of dirt involved, you know what I mean?
Okay, so how about this? How do you feel that about the Most High saying that we're going to take them captives, the people that ruled over us, the so-called whites, and all these other nations?
It ain't working.
He's saying that we're going to possess them and they're going to be our handmaids and servants. Right. How do you think? Do you think that's righteous?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Why not?
Hey, man,
it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning, man.
Hey, all right. So,
open doors.
I got a precept. You got a precept? Yeah, bring it up. Everybody got a precept? Because, he said it's not about race, but I mean, he's starting to understand a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. It's just first, I grew up, I mean, this is my piece, this is what I grew up at, you know what I mean?
This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9 in the ESV. But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for his own possession, that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. See, right there in the Bible, it says God has a chosen race, word for word. Yep, that's right.
I totally just went right through that. I really never grasped the concept of a chosen race when he made so many different folks.
Well, when you look at when he said chosen race, because of how we have become westernized, we take that as like We're all humans, and just lean onto that, right? But now realizing that was only set up to only continue on the oppression upon God's chosen people. So as we begin to start waking up, you know what I'm saying? Because God's chosen people are spiritual people, right?
Hopefully one day.
You said the who?
Hopefully in one day we can all bond together and raise.
Well, it is going to bind together. You know that Isaiah 10. Wow, it is going to be. Let me tell you, it's going to bind together. But the way it's going to bind, it's going to bind in the way according to the righteousness of the Most High.
Worrying and hatred and racism is all waste of time, man. This is the biggest way I'm talking about.
No, two. We're going to show you.
Isaiah 14 and 2.
Bring it out.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
We should rule over our oppressors. That's right. You see? Keep going.
And it shall come to pass in that day, the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
The hard bondage that we was made to serve. That's right. You see? And now what connects with that? That's Revelations of chapter 13 and verse 10. That's right. You see? And when you look at Revelations, it's really talking about the revelation of what the world would say Jesus Christ. Right? But really in reality, it's about the kingdom. That's going to be for God's chosen people, the Israelites. Because as this kingdom is falling, there's a kingdom that's being put in place. That's right. Now watch this one.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 9.
Bring it out.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So when the things that have been done to God's chosen people, okay, and this is what the Bible is saying right now. The people that led our people over here on American soil and put them in captivity, in slavery, and still is in captivity today. This is modern day captivity for God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying that, yo, the people that put God's chosen people in captivity, they're going to be put into captivity.
That's right.
Okay, keep going.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
He said those that killed our people basically with the sword, they're going to end up being killed with the sword. You want to know is D2, how Esau himself, he was blessed with the sword. And how this same sword is being returned right back onto him. And not only just that, the sword that he do have, when Yahweh Shah returns with his sword, hey man, the blessing that he gave Esau, hey man, he gave that sword to him just so when he come back, he had somebody he can score with, fuck up, excuse my language. And that's the truth, you know? And that's when it's going to be, when everybody going to be having the fear of the Lord. That's when everybody going to begin to wake up.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So is everybody a saint? Not everybody's a saint. You see? You see? But when you look at the saints according to the Bible, it's talking about the Israelites. The Israelites are the saints.